Merry Christmas, everyone. How you doing, Zari? Go on to it.
Gorgeous. Beautiful.
So, well, it wasn't a beautiful performance. More on that in the last word coming up shortly. But Newcastle somehow have come away with a 1-0 win. This is scoring the players. It's me and Paul. Kyle's doing quick thoughts along the car park. We are at St James's, and then Kyle will be on the next video later on tonight. And Paul's match vlog. Go back and check that out. So, let's get straight to, well, where we normally start is, I'll let you have Dubravka.
Up to the goal going in, he was man of the match. He had more saves again than I care to imagine. He kept us in it for large parts, and I think a good 8 out of 10 performance today. There was one moment where it was almost a Burnley-esque.
Oh, when it came out in the corner.
Yeah, and I was worried a bit that the heart was in the mouth at that time. But apart from that, he kept us in the game, and if it wasn't for his heroics throughout, then we wouldn't have been in a position to win this match at all and nick it we did. So yeah, I would say what, 8?
Okay.
8.
I'll go right to left. Manquillo, who was up against Wilfred Zaha, where we've looked at it in the previous show, we're worried about him. Danger, 3 goals in his last 5 coming into this game. I thought he handled him absolutely brilliant. Zaha wasn't a threat today. Palace, yes, had the better chances. Individually, I thought Manquillo dealt with them, and they got frustration in the second half because I've seen Zaha now start to float over to the right. Manquillo, for me, if you're scoring Dubravka an 8, I'm going to score Manquillo an 8. Because he kept his job today.
Well, I was thinking.
His job today was to keep him quiet because he's their star man, and he did it. 8 out of 10. Fabian Schär.
Not the best of games, but not the worst at the same time. I think when Lejeune's back in, and you've also got Shelvey as well, there's a bit of an issue there with those Hollywood balls and the runs and this, that and the other, and that'll come with time and understanding as they get used to playing together. He didn't embarrass himself at all. He was all right, but not as good as Manquillo and not as good as Dubravka. So I would say, we kept a clean sheet in the Premier League, which is a difficult thing to do, despite the fact that they had some good chances. 7.
Okay.
7.
Yeah,
I'll be a bit generous.
Clean sheet,
isn't it? That's what pushed it up.
Fernandes, so I didn't think was the best defender on the pitch today.
Panicked with some of his headers, didn't he?
And some of his balls, but his first job priority is to keep a clean sheet, and he's done it. So I'm going to score him a 7. Not his greatest game, but he's done all right. He got the job done, and that was to marshal the defence because he's the lead out of them 3.
It was beautiful.
Kept a clean sheet as well. You can have the left of the 3, and it was brilliant to see him back, was Florian Lejeune.
I was going mental on the way into St James's Park today with our voice notes.
I've been sharing Florian Lejeune, man.
I know, it's an elegant, it's like a Rolls Royce partnership, isn't it? And then you put Fernandes into it, and you think he's the more with the headers and stuff.
For your punt, though.
Yeah. Other cars are available. I passed my test in one of them.
Did you?
But yeah, back in the day.
How many faults did you get for that? Fails?
Oh, no fails, me. I sailed through it, man. Sailed through it. Anyway, as today, he was. I was nervous. Yeah, it's great to see him back. That was the game he got injured in last season. Fantastic to see him back. I've said it once, I've said it a million times. He's the best defender at the club when fit. He edges Schär just a little bit, who I think will attract the likes of Tottenham coming up in this transfer window. Brilliant to see him back. Brilliant to see him fit. He had a few little rusty moments, but by and large, really, really good. He had some nice touches as well, some nice things happening. And again, he comes in, we keep a clean sheet. Fantastic. So I think you'd have to score him higher than what Fernandes was. So what did you give Schär?
I give him a 7.
7, so a 7. I think level pegging with Schär.
I think we all give them the centre backs a 7s, aren't we?
Yeah.
Paul Dummett's probably the going forward. First off, was very poor. His delivery. We know that Jetro Williams was out today. We'll probably find out later on tonight why. We've got Richie out for a long time. That's the reason why Florian Lejeune come in. So Dummett went out. I thought he struggled in particular going forward. The delivery, but we know Dummett's not.
What did we expect? You wouldn't go to a Formula 1 race with a tractor, would you?
You wouldn't go for Fiat Punto or whatever.
You wouldn't go with Fiat Punto. No, they were absolutely shite, but it helped me pass my test. And I just think you knew what you were going to get with Paul Dummett. Defensively, he'll put the shift in. He'll try going forward.
7.
I think you'd have to give him a little bit. The thing is, he was involved in the goal. It wasn't great, and the thing is, take out the Mickey goal, and we were getting so frustrated, and it was imbalanced. He played nowhere near as good as what Manquillo did, but he did a job, and he's Mr. Steady Eddie, isn't he? You always want to give him 7 out of 10. But to me, it'd be a 6 or a 7.
We'll go 6 because I thought first off let him down.
He's crossing.
And let's move now to the 2 centrals, which was Jonjo Shelvey, which is a surprise. You can have Jonjo.
Again, I don't think he was at maximum. I don't think he... I think he sat too deep for my liking. I want to see him further forward because he's got the goal threat. I don't think he was fully fit today, if I'm being honest as well. He wasn't busy as normal. But the chance in the first half, if you get a chance to see it, if they bothered to put it on Match of the Day tonight, the chip from halfway...
Our only chance until a goal.
Yeah, literally our only chance was audacious. And the only player on that park who would have tried that is Jonjo Shelvey, and he does give you that leadership, and he does offer things. But I did think today he dipped by his recent very, very good standards. I want to see Jonjo much further up the pitch. Score
6.
I think six.
Yeah.
6 is about right.
Hayden, who was very quiet, very rarely
subbed off as well.
Subbed off, which is unusual. Bruce doesn't normally do that. Didn't see him much on the ball. Of course, this was a different system because he was playing the 3 centre, and Almiron gave him the licence to go forward. But I thought very quiet. Did he have a bad game? You wouldn't say he had a bad game. I think because he was quiet, you're probably just going to slow him down a little bit, which is probably a little bit unfair on him. But where was he? So
how many tackles did he put in? How many things did he break up? How many, the things that he's known for and renowned for, he just didn't do today. He didn't turn up. And again, he looked off the boil, off the pace. Was it because of the formation and the change that Bruce made with playing the 3 in that way? I don't know. But again, for large periods of the game, I felt that Newcastle sat far too much deeply, and the midfield and defence could have been holding hands. They could have been in love for that much.
Not Valentine's Day just yet.
No, it's not. But look after them beautiful people in your life.
Like I do.
I'd never got called beautiful on the channel. I'm sorry, I'm going to call you out on that.
No, you're not allowed to. You've just had your anniversary, so behave. Right, well, I'll give Hayden a 5. I didn't think he was great. Almiron was the next one who was in that centre midfield but having the licence to get forward. You scored the goal, but what would you give him before that goal?
I thought it was a typical Almiron performance. He was trying, he was running. I thought he looked better in that number 10 position, which is what I've said over and over again when I saw him in the Copa America, when I've seen him play internationally, when I've seen him playing before over in MLS. They'll play him in behind too, and he looked way much better, and he was running into channels and so enthusiastic, and his energy is contagious. Shame it wasn't contagious to some of the other Newcastle players at time, but he was putting himself about, and he was trying, and he was trying to make things happen. But he was Mr. Johnny on the spot.
Oh, he's gone home because he's gone home. Johnny's not here, by the way.
Not on the spot.
Yeah, go to work.
But before that goal, I think people would have been critical of him. They would have come back with the same old things, the shooting, the this, that, and the other. But again, I've said it over and over again about Elman. Took his goal well, but not just that. The thing is, everything that we do good, and it was not much today, but what we did do good, he was again involved in, and I've said previously, when we've won other games, he's been involved in the build-up to the goal, or he's won a free kick, or he's won a set piece, or something. He's been involved indirectly in the goal. Today, he got what he deserved, and the place went absolutely off the charts. It was like different gravy, you could say.
Check out the match vlog. It'll be in the final word as well. I've got a bit of a clip on it as well. So what are you giving him?
Yeah. For the goal today, he's broke it up. We give Dubravka an 8. I think where Dubravka saved us from losing the match, I think you've got to give him the same because he scored the goal.
He won it.
He's won it for you. And it was a brilliant moment, a brilliant goal. And the relief, I just hope it gives him that confidence boost that he needs to step it up to the next level and to prove the rest of the doubters wrong. I've said all along I've been a supporter of Miggy. Last night, there was a bunch of Middlesbrough supporters watching the match. Song came on in the back, and I was giving it the Miggy, I was giving it the large on it, so I'm really, really pleased that you scored 8.
It's like a bus, get your bets on Man United. So I think it'll be between those two, Dubravka and Almiron, because I don't think the strikers are going to score high. Very rare to see 2 up top, direct, 2 big lads.
Bruce?
To be honest though, I think both strikers are probably going to score similar. I thought Carroll wasn't great. He is a problem for any defender, but what did he do massively today? I know that's been critical, but we're not here to sugarcoat it. I'm going to give Andy Carroll a 5. I didn't think his influence on the pitch wasn't as great as it has been, but I'd much rather have him in the side than Joe Linton. However, what would you give Joe Linton?
If you're giving Andy Carroll a 5, again, there was There was an odd moment here and there, but there was too much of flick-ons happening, and you could have chased it down, and you could have run into the corner, and you could have showed a bit more willing and desire and heart. And he stopped, and he turns around, and he's jogging back, and you gift him possession back to Crystal Palace, which in such a tight game such as today, that could have been the critical difference. You've got to pressurise people because you don't know if somebody's going to slip, make a mistake, make a wrong pass, whether you're going to get your foot on the ball and perhaps set an attack away. It's far too much. Oh no, it's a lost cause, so I'm just going to jog back. So I think, again, if you're giving Andy Carroll a 5, I think you've got to give Joe Linton a 5. Yes, he was trying a few things, but for me, still, I want to see a bit more dedication. I think he's a fantastic athlete who needs to learn to be a footballer, and he needs that football, you know. Well, he does. It's perfect. It sums it up perfectly for him. He is a great athlete, but he needs the football intelligence and needs to be getting shots away. He's a striker who doesn't get many shots away, and he's wandering all over the place. And like I say, touching on Andy Carroll, again, like I say, what did the two of them do in unison? Did they look like a partnership? I don't think they particularly did look like a partnership. Were they setting other people up and giving it on a plate? No, I don't really think they were. Again, it's too infrequent what they do, and I want to see it consistently more. We look like the away side today, and we got away with that one. Big,
we'll talk more
time.
about in the last word. You're giving him a 5, aren't you? So let's go to the first substitute, and we will mark him because he had quite a bit of time on the pitch, which was Sean Longstaff. I thought, as I mentioned earlier, I thought Hayden, where was he? He's very quiet. Sean coming on was a little bit better, going further forward, tracking back as well. I'm going to score a steady 6 out of 10. I thought he actually made a slightly better impact than what Isaac did in 65
got a little bit from the crowd as well, didn't he? The crowd was singing for him and this, that, and the other.
So lift them up, so
it lifted the crowd a bit and stuff as well, which probably helped the players also as well. But way better than, well,
I'd say I'll go 6. You're going to have Dwight Gayle because he did play about, what, 10, 15 minutes?
15 minutes today, and I still don't think it's enough because of the rotation and what Bruce has said. I would have liked to have seen him. I said that at half time. I'd have made changes at half time because the first half was disgusting. But when he came on, we made a slight change to the formation. And again, so Bruce tweaked it. He's trying different things, which I like. And then Gale's come on and we've scored a goal. So at the end of the day, you've got to give credit for that, his energy. But again, no shots away, nothing of, again, much of a muchness, pretty average. 15 minutes, a 5 or a 6 out of 10. You can't really score.
5,
you can't
Didn't
really
score much.
Nah.
And was it? I can't even remember. There was a third sub. There wasn't. No. Was there? So we won 3 points. Let's talk about the manager. Very, very poor game from both sides. I think Palace deserved to win it. I think we can all say that. But we've somehow come away at St James's Park with 3 points. I don't know how.
He's a lucky bastard, isn't he?
Maybe it's Dubravka who's, like you say, saved us. Almiron won it. First of all, he was brave going 5-3-2 because we haven't seen that playing the two up top. So you've got to praise him for that, trying something different and trying to get the 3 points. However, there was no there from that Shelvey chance from halfway line. And even the second half was like, Christ, how long we got left? It's dull.
We were talking about Christmas shopping, and that tells you how bad.
Michael Owen being brighter.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you give Bruce then? Because although we played horrible, played ugly, we got 3 points and we're sitting in the top 10.
He seems to be a lucky manager, and the thing is, you don't have to be good.
Is that unfair? Call him lucky?
Today, if I was a Crystal Palace fan,
you'd be raging, wouldn't you?
I would be. At trips all the way up here. I've seen my team play the better football. They were pushing, they were pressing in the second half. They were the one creating the chances. They were the one creating the panic and stuff like that, and diving like little bitches. And we've come away with the 3 points. Credit to Bruce for going with the formation, for changing stuff. I will say at half time, sometimes you've got to be a bit braver a bit sooner, because when he did make the change and he brought Gayle on and he brought Longstaff on, things started to change a little bit here and there, and ultimately Gayle comes on. Different problems for the defenders to face, and I mean, I was a bit critical because they were a patched up side. I was like, get about them. Gayle come on, energy, different instructions, different ideas. We score the goal, we get the 3 points, and that's a big 3 points. It pushes us further away from the relegation. We up to the dizzy heights of top half. I'm still looking at that gap between us and fourth bottom.
I am.
Until we get to 40 points, I don't care where we are in the league. I want to get to the 40 points. We're doing well. We're doing better than what we were under Rafa. But the football is still absolutely garbage.
You get the results first, football comes second. I personally would give Bruce a 7 today. The football was horrible. we somehow came away with 3 points, but weren't the better side.
Taped over the cracks.
Yeah, but we got 3 points. What would you give them? Mine to 7.
I think 7's a fair one, but like I said, bravo for going for it. Bravo for going for 2 up front. I just hope that the board backs them and we get a few more players in, and then just see where we can go. Get to this 40 points as soon as possible. But like I say, I'll take luck all the time over outplaying somebody all the time, like Palace have done today, and getting absolutely nothing to show for it at all.
And that is it. We will move on to the final word. That's the next video. Go back if you haven't checked the match vlog and also Kyle's quick thoughts as well.
Red and white.
Well, I'm not buying or getting free merch from Newcastle. Having their sponsors, I'll allow it.
Santa changes his colours when he comes into my house, so he knows.
Santa used to be green and white, didn't he? So, anyways, final word is up next. See you later.